Well, Leslie, you might have noticed on Twitter a new social media campaign called #Don'tRentDC. It is to discourage short-term rental owners from allowing reservations next week with the threat of another attack on the Capitol. And tonight, leaders in your neighborhood are taking it a step further by bringing those same concerns to city officials.
I have a black male teenage child, and I'm not happy that I had to tell him, you need to stay in the house.
Amanda Davis has lived in this H Street neighborhood for years. She says she's never felt uncomfortable the way she did last week.
They came out in their camo gear that morning. So you don't normally see people dressed like that.
Neighbors like her say Trump supporters suspected of rioting stayed at the Airbnb across the street. A resident even wrote Black Lives Matter with chalk on the ground to send a message.
Just to know that there were people that supported what happened on the Capitol staying on our block, that was troubling.
Members of the Advisory Neighborhood Commission have been fielding resident concerns since the insurrection and sent a letter to the mayor and council this morning.
I think that we've all collectively been feeling a lot of trauma about the events of last week, and this letter expresses several concrete recommendations.
They're asking for the city to encourage hotels and short-term rental owners to freeze reservations on Inauguration week, offer financial help to offset losses, and provide money to workers who would be affected. With threats of a possible second attack, Allison Horn says whatever it takes to keep troublemakers out of D.C.
You know, we want to limit access to lodging to make it harder for people to come and stay in our city.
Airbnb already announced it will review reservations in the district and will cancel bookings and ban guests associated with hate groups or violent activity. While Horn acknowledges it's better than nothing, she says it's not good enough.
It seems naive to me to think that people who were bold enough to bash in windows at the Capitol would not also mislead an Airbnb host.
So far, we have not heard of any hotels planning to hold off on reservations next week. But in her briefing this morning, the D.C. mayor says that closing hotels is an option that she can consider. But so far, there is no commitment.